We're talking about expressions and equations, and the first thing it says is to draw a model and then write the numerical expression. So the first thing I want to do, I'm going to read the sum of 21 and 4 doubled, and I want us to put a box around the mathematical words. I know sum is one, and then doubled. Now what does doubled mean? Times 2, write that underneath it. Okay, what does sum mean? Addition. Good. So we will need a tape diagram. That's our model. Okay, and I want to start with, on the tape diagram, I want to start with multiplication. So what are we multiplying by, Dara?
Times 2.
Times 2. So how many boxes will I need in my tape diagram?
2.
2. Okay. And then I have to add sum in. So I think you might have been gone when we did this, so this is good for you to do. Miguel, do you remember how I would do sum here? I've got the numbers here.
21 plus 4.
Good. We're done with the model. Now all we have to do is put it into an expression. The expression is going to start with sum. So which operation will I do first, addition or multiplication? Addition. So I'm going to do 21 plus 4 times 2. And I'm done. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. What word should I put a box around?
5 times.
Or just times for now.
And
And sum. So same operations as before. Are they in a different order?
Yes.
Yes, they are. Okay, so my tape diagram. Okay, so what am I multiplying by this time?
5.
5. So how many boxes do you think I need?
5.
5. Hopefully my pen's going to start writing. Okay, so now I've got my 5 boxes. Lauren, what am I adding this time?
7.
And
23.
good. Now I put it in an expression. What am I starting with? Multiply or?
Times.
So how many times?
5.
5 times.
7 plus 23.
Good. And I want you to put a circle around this. There's one like that on your exit ticket. So it's worth noting, okay? All you have to do is read the one on your exit ticket, substitute the numbers, and you've got it done, okay? Let's look at the next one. It says 2 times the difference between 49.5 and 37.5.
Times.
Okay. Now, difference tells me I'm going to do what?
Subtract.
Okay. So tape diagram. There, it's better now, isn't it? Remember I said, always on the tape diagram, start with multiply. So Beverly, what am I multiplying by? No, what am I multiplying by? 2. So how many boxes will I need?
2.
2. What goes down here at the bottom for me?
49.5 minus 37.5.
Very good. Okay, and the expression, Jesus, what do you think? You think you can help me with it? So I'm going to start with multiply. So what will I write first? It's just like this one, only we've got a subtraction sign.
2 times 49.5 minus 37.5.
Good. Okay, D is different. D only has one operation listed, but we have to know there's a hidden operation there that's not written down. Okay? the sum of 3 15s and 4 2s. Now on this one, I want to start with the expression. So write it at the bottom. And we're going to talk about what 3 15s really means. Any ideas?
3 times 15.
3 times 15. It means 3 copies of 15 or 3 groups of 15. So when you see a number right next to a number word, you can just automatically know it means to multiply. Okay? So if that ever shows up, I will go on. So the first one, I'll have 3 copies of 15. And the second one, I will have 4 copies of 2. Oh, and there it is, magically appeared. And I got that from these 2 numbers right next to each other where one's a digit and one's the word form. Okay? But I like to think 3 copies of 15. So now when I do my tape diagram, I'm going to start with the little boxes first. So how many copies of 2 do I need?
4.
Okay. Now, Miliana, what's left? I've got my 4 copies of 2. What's left?
Oh,
It's here and it's here.
3 times 15?
Good. So how many boxes do I need to separate this into?
15.
How many?
3.
3. It would be easier to do the 3. Would I count it wrong if you wrote 15 boxes and put a 3 in each?
No, we made
No,
the same thing.
because that's
family.
commutative property of multiplication.
Yeah, property.
Okay, so let's take a look at this one. Put a circle around this and really pay careful attention because the first one on your exit ticket is just like this, only the numbers are different, okay? Now, this says the difference between 937s and 837s. So here's what your expression looks like. Don't start with the tape diagrams yet because it's a little different. We're going to have 2 tape diagrams on this one. So how is this different than the last one we did?
You're subtracting.
I'm subtracting. That's the only difference. When you're subtracting like this, you're going to need 2 tape diagrams, and I'll show you why. So I've got 937s and 837s. Did you put your multiplication signs in there already? Remember, I said when you have a digit next to a number word, it probably means copies of or groups of, okay? So now for the first tape diagram, I want you to make it just about as long as your box there. And this is 9 copies of 37 that I have to show in the tape diagram. So how would I do that?
9.
9 boxes, okay? And you're going to want to spread them out because you have to write in each box. And what goes in each box? 37. Now, it's interesting, your exit ticket, the number's 47. So it's very similar, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's 9 37s. My second tape diagram is going to be longer or shorter than that one you did? Shorter, okay. How many 37s do I need in my second one? 8. So I'm going to stop it right next to the last line. And then look up here for a minute, boys and girls. So I've got it lined up right here. Okay, this is the box I didn't draw. That's my question mark. Okay, are you still looking? Line up your lines so that you have 8 right below 9. What goes in my second set of parentheses, Cheney?
8 times 37.
Good. So, by the way, do you know the answer?
Yeah.
What is it? 37. Okay. Remember our graph? We talked about a graph of apples and other fruits, and when you were younger, the question might have said, how many more children liked apples than bananas? And there were 2 boxes or however many boxes. Here we just have 1 box, don't we? Okay. So there's one like that on your exit ticket. Okay. Triple the sum of 45 and 55. What's triple?
Times 3.
Times 3. What other word do I need?
Sum. Addition.
Okay, so when I start my tape diagram this time, I'm going to start with multiply. Chloe, how many equal boxes do I need in my tape diagram?
3.
3, because I'm starting with multiply. Okay, so this is, Emily, what goes below that bracket?
45 plus 55.
45 plus 55. Okay, when you write your expression, Eurydia, what comes first? The triple or the sum?
Triple.
Okay, so tell me what to write.
Times 3.
So 3 times.
Times 45 plus 55.
Good. Anybody know the answer? What?
300.
You got it. You're faster than Alexa. In block 1, she had it pretty fast. Block 2 was Hunter Williams, not quite as fast. You're the fastest. Okay? It's not a race, though. Okay, good job. So he knew this was 100 really fast, didn't he? Okay, so this is going to be on Zern Lesson 3, and it's also on your exit ticket. Let's take a look at the back. So none of these are on the exit ticket, but they're really good for you because we're just doing it backwards now. So instead of starting with the words or unit form, now we're starting with standard form. So I'm going to put a box around what this time? The signs, right? So I put a box around the multiplication sign, do that now. Put a box around the plus sign. What word have we been using that tells us to multiply?
Times and sums.
Okay, I didn't ask both of them, but oh well. Okay, so when I start writing this expression, or these words, I'm going to start with 10 times. So Miguel, what do you think I need to write? Now, could we go back and look at
Yes.
one on the other side? Sure. Which one? The first one? No, the second one. How is that written? 5 times the sum of...
7.
Okay. So, transfer that over here, Miguel.
10 times the sum of 2.5 and 13.5.
Good. Now the value of the expression means we get to solve it, finally. So if I solve this one, what's my first step, Jesus? Would I multiply times 10 first or add first? Add first. So 2.5 plus 13.5. You can write it down like this if you want. And add it up that way. And here I was just thinking the board was working again. Okay, so I'm going to take 16 and I'm going to do what with it, Lexi?
Multiply by 10.
So what's 16 times 10?
160. 1,000. Oh, never mind.
160. You want to
Let's
get the number
go.
for me? Okay.
I'm going right.
All right, let's take a look at the next one. So what are you going to put a box around this time?
So difference and
Minus and multiply.
Difference in times.
Or subtract and multiply. If you didn't remember that difference meant to subtract, where could you look?
And the page with
The third one on the front, I think, is difference.
Yep.
Okay? So we're going to start with, and are you writing this down?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Difference, and then times is next. So what do I start with here?
Difference, whatever.
So the difference. And if you don't know how to spell difference, look back at the third one on the front.
Oh, man.
What comes next? Between? How about between? The difference between
90
98
and 78
and 78
times 11.
times 11. Now to solve this, Elkin, what are you going to do first?
You're gonna subtract
Okay, so what's 98 minus 78?
20.
20, good. So 20 times what, boys and girls? 11. So I would do 2 times 11, which is 22, and add how many zeros?
1, 2, 20,
Okay,
18.
so the next one. Oh, this one's very similar.
What?
The only thing different is difference. What am I going to substitute that with?
Sum and time.
Okay, so this is sum, and this is times. We will start with sum.
Yep.
Okay, so is that like the first one on the other side?
Yes.
Okay, so what does it say? The sum of, okay. $71 and 29 times 26. Okay, Junior, what's 71 plus 29? 71 plus 29, what is it? A 100. So we've got 100 times what?
26.
26.
26. I was gonna say that.
Okay, the next one. Oh, we only know one word for sure.
Oh.
Okay, so this is a lot like the fourth one. Go look at the fourth one on the front.
Is it?
So read the fourth one on the front to me, Emily.
The sum of 3 times 15.
3 15s and 4 2s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll start with the sum. And this is where you have to be careful. You'll write your first number as a digit, your second number in word form. So it's going to be the sum of 52s and what do you think, Fermine?
2.
15,
Oh, 52.
15 twos. Okay, so the easiest way to do this, we could add 50 plus 15 first, but it makes it harder. Sometimes that makes it easier, okay? This time it makes it harder. So the easiest way to do it is to do 50 times 2, which is what?
100.
And then
15 times
15 times 2 is what?
2.
30.
130.
Okay, those are good for you even though they're not on the exit ticket. Let's take a look at A at the bottom, and that's the only one we will do. Circle it, by the way. And on your exit ticket, it doesn't say you have to explain, but I want you to explain. Explain how you can compare without calculating. So here's what I want to bring to your attention. The difference between an expression and an equation. So put your pencils down and listen. We've been doing expressions. We've just been doing one side of an equation. An equation has two sides, okay? And it has an equal sign or some other sign in the middle of the two sides, okay? And when you get to algebra, probably in 8th grade or 9th grade, you're going to learn that anything that's exactly the same on either side of the expression cancels each other out. It's like 40 plus 2, 42, 40 plus 2, 42. I can cross them off. It's like they don't exist because they're not going to change the value of my expression. It would be like adding 0 to both sides. Does that change the value?
No.
No. It doesn't change what's in the middle here. Okay? So go ahead and cross those off. They cancel each other out. It's like they're not even there. Okay? Because you're not going to solve this or calculate this, the answer doesn't matter. I just want to know which one's larger, and I want to know why.
Because it's larger.
Which one's larger?
93.
Okay, tell me that in a sentence.
93 is larger because 93 is larger.
93 is larger than
39.
39. And that's not our 7 words, is it?